Evening everyone. So tonight I'm going to make the classic lasagna by Can Cook from Instagram, if you guys haven't already seen his posts. So he did lasagna, not on the Thermomix, but I thought I might give it a go and see how I get on. Wish me luck. So I'm just going to go into good old manual mode. Now it's telling me in the recipe, which is on Instagram, is I need 15 grams of oil. So just click the little scales, and then I have actually put 15 grams of oil in there already. It actually says 30, but I've halved it. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I've never made just like gone rogue on a recipe that's not Thermomix. So this is carrots, celery and onion. It said finely diced, so I guess I'm going to finely dice them in the Thermomix. This is very interesting. Right, let's have a look. I reckon 3 seconds on speed. Let's try 4 and see what happens. Let's see how finely diced it is, and if it's not, we will do some more. It's pretty good, but I think a couple more seconds. Much better. I like that better finely diced than me having to finely dice it. Okay, so now we want to soften them. I think 5 minutes, speed 1, and then I reckon 100 degrees. See how that goes. So while I'm waiting for that to soften up, so I've just basically taken a recipe off Instagram, Can Cook's one, but you know, like any recipe, and just decided to do it in the Thermomix because it's easier and I don't have to do all that chopping and dicing and carrying on. And I want to see how quick it takes me compared to Can Cook. I mean, I know I don't look as good as him doing it, but that's okay. I don't mind that. But yeah, let's see how it turns out. I have made a couple of adjustments. I'm not doing lasagna. I'm doing eggplant instead because I don't want the pasta. So we'll see how we go. Fingers crossed it looks okay. So I've taken the vegetables out now, they're nice and soft. I've added in 500 grams of mince. It says pork too, but I'll do the pork separately. I'm going to put it on browning for 8 to 10 minutes. So I reckon I'll try 8 and then have a look at it. Pop on the lid and away we go. So that all browned off, and now I've just added the pork in there as well with some garlic because I forgot the garlic. So that actually only took 4 minutes to brown, so I will probably just bring this back up to 4 and push play. So that should do the pork. So here is the mince and pork, not quite ready, not quite browned yet. I've just taken the lid off, and this is what the Thermomix says. It's just paused while the lid is open, and I'm going to put 250 mils of red wine in there. So there's my meat. I wanted a little bit of a finer texture than that, so I am just going to do 2 minutes on 3 and reverse. So the reverse is when the blades go the other way around and they don't cut, they just mix. So just to get that little bit of a finer texture. So I know that Can Cook has got all day to cook in his underwear, but I don't. And his 3-hour, 4-hour recipe, whatever it is, has actually cut it in half for me. In my Thermomix. So eat your heart out, Can Cook. I can do your recipes just as well in less time. 700 grams of my passata going in there. I have got my veggies in there, and now I'm supposed to be doing a simmer. So what I've done is I've tried for 45 minutes on 100 degrees on speed 1, and so we'll just let that simmer away and see how we go. Interesting fact, Can Cook simmered his passata on the stove for 3 hours, but because I have a Thermomix, it's going to halve that time or even less. So that's because it cooks evenly and it all keeps stirring as it cooks, so it's a lot quicker than a pot. And now that I've done the meat, I am just going to make good old cheese bechamel sauce. So the Thermomix recipe is saying 50 to 70 grams of cheddar cheese. I've put in 100 grams of Parmesan and 200 grams of mozzarella, so a lot of cheese. That took about 3 seconds to dice it like that, and some of it was frozen as well. So I've put in about 80 grams of butter and then about 700 mils of milk into that. 80 grams of flour, like I'm basically freaking winging it right now, so I hope this works. Salt and pepper and a little bit of nutmeg. Beautiful. So now I just thicken it for 12 minutes, and if it needs any longer, I'll just do it a bit longer if it's not quite thick enough, because I have like doubled the recipe or tripled it. And here is our beautiful bechamel sauce after 12 minutes, and I did double mixture, and it looks beautiful. So now I'm just going to put it all together. So we are layering the spinach and the eggplant instead of having pasta sheets. And remember, we didn't have to wait 3 hours for the mince to cook. And stir and stir and stir, and we also didn't have to stir and stir and stir the bechamel sauce. We just let it do its own thing. So there's lots of time savings in this. Look at this. First layer done. Look how beautiful and glossy that looks. Now it's going into the oven. Look at this. Yum.